Hello, my friends. My name is Unky, and welcome back to the Mageseeker. Let's jump right into this game. We have a lot to discuss. We have a lot ahead of us in the following mission. Should be a big episode, and I am excited. Okay, why don't we chat with her? I think she is right over here, hanging out by this statue. Ah, Sylas, good to see you. Lilani told me you're a brand new recruit? I am. Until recently, you and I were both in Mageseeker prisons. My guards whispered about your escape. Your revolutionary spirit is clear, but you seem to know Wisteria, my captor. I'm curious about that. Knew her, more like I haven't seen her since I was a child. Ugh, that tonic makes me sick. Why do they make you take it too? They know you're the stronger one. Your treatment controls your powers, so they don't control you. You don't want to be like those rogue mages we found, do you? No. It's 1 year later. Such big chains for such a little kid. Sylas, what happened? They're saying you killed people. Wisteria, you have to help me. Tell them it was an accident. I was just trying to help that girl. They were going to kill her. You should have controlled your power, Sylas, like we've been training. They're training us to kill people, mages like us. I am nothing like them. Mages are filthy and dangerous. I am a Mageseeker. Interesting how she makes that distinction in her brain, right? I'll pray for your repentance. I don't need your prayers. I'd rather die in prison than train with you to kill mages. She was your friend. Would you be ready to kill her if you met in battle? She made her choice. If she stands between us and Eldred, I'll cut her down. Lilani promised that we'd all survive together. We're putting friendship above victory? You think victory is all that matters? Yes. I've heard we agree. We do. If we don't win, what was all that struggle and blood for? That reminds me, I found this feather in the last raid. The Mageseekers believe it's from the Veiled Lady herself. I don't follow the lady myself, but there is an immense amount of magic in here. I'll see if I can tap into it. Storing this magic in Petricite would make a powerful spell. By the way, Sylas, Lilani said to meet her at the throne. All right, so we have another, a bit more dialogue doing the revenge versus revolution. They're leaning pretty hard into the revenge bit with Kara and Sylas. Now we have, if I am not mistaken, we have some upgrades to do. We might even have some dialogue. So let's take a look at what all of our upgrades are first before we go spending our money. We have 2,400. Now we can't unlock these yet. We've already unlocked that. We can't unlock these, but I believe we have 2 new spells. We have this one right here, Static Shock. This is our new nature spell, if I'm not mistaken, and this is called Mystic. So we have Mystic and we have Static Shock. Excuse me, Mystic Pound and Static Shock, and I think we should unlock both of these. Start with this one. Beautiful. Now, unlocking this is very important because it unlocks another spell slot. And we definitely want that. More magic is better. One thing that, okay, it does actually tell you here, and this is something I kind of missed the first time I played through. This one takes 2 shots. So you just want to be very mindful of that. It's basically 2 mana slots to cast these last 2 spells. Now, we're going to unlock this one too. These 2 spells are going to come in very handy in the next area because guess what? New bad guys, new enemy types that require new spells in order to deal with effectively. Okay, so we have unlocked ourselves 2 new spells and a new mana slot. None of these other things are available to us right now, so we will ignore those. Doesn't look like we have any new dialogue. Let's go see what's going on with Ruko. Does he have anything to say? Doesn't appear that way. Let's go ahead and forge. And what do we have here? Okay, we cannot unlock a 3rd spell or anything. So 1,000 for this, 1,200 for this. We basically have 2 options here. We can boost our magic damage or we can boost our health. Now, no spoilers. Watch till the end of the video. But the boss at the end of this level is tough, and if you find yourself struggling to defeat them, then I would say get yourself some health. It's only 15 points, but that 15 points might be the difference between life and death for you. So if that's the case, if you just keep slamming your head against them, just come back here and make sure you save before you take off, and then come back here, get yourself some health. I'm going to do some magic damage because I would like the accolades of being able to beat the game glass cannon style, pat myself on the head in that regard. Not that big of a deal, really. Let's see. Does Yops have anything to say? Yes, they do. Also, looks like Oberon is back. Success. And we now have wind damage +2. Words are hard. Wind damage has gone up and is increased. That is fantastic. Now, before we go and talk to the throne, let's make sure that our spells are on point. So we got 2 new spells. We definitely want to bring them. Now, we can change this in while we're cruising through, but I am also going to bring Fireball because I like it. It's one of our strongest spells. All right. Hideout, and we can actually look here, so we can see, and this will be important in a minute. Lauren has 4 recruits, Nia has 4 recruits, and Oberon has 3. This will become important when we head off to mission. Okay, talk. All right, training recruits. Let's see what he has to say. I've been noticing a lot of changes in training the recruits since you joined, Yops. Glad to hear it. Are they up to snuff? I've been pleased with their progress. Yes. You enjoy training soldiers quite a lot, don't you? Oh yeah. I've been training warriors in Demacia since your grandparents were babies. Anyone can be an expert at something if they practice, and Yordles are experts at being experts. Well, that makes sense. They live a really long time. But I also get the sense that maybe Yordles kind of super obsessed about specific things. Some are fighters, some build things. There's a Yordle who's an expert at being a fish. They are talking about Fizz there. One of my favorite champions in League of Legends. But the way mortals train is all wrong. I used to spy on those Dauntless Vanguard drills. They're awful. I thought they were famous for their discipline. Discipline is worthless as you can't react to surprises. I've surprised the Dauntless Vanguard before. They don't handle it well. What is the best way to train then? Stuff that makes you try new things. Stuff that makes you experiment. Which means you need a little bit of chaos. I have a trick involving a poisonous wasp. Sounds awesome. If you poison our new recruits, Yops, then they have my permission to defend themselves. Yes, you get it, Sylas. I kind of like that. The Dauntless Vanguard are very, very regimented. They're very, very strong warriors, but maybe they're too strict and too systematic in their training, and therefore that makes them weak to surprises. That's what Yops was saying. This might come, well, we'll find out later. Demacia is under threat from Noxus, and perhaps Noxus can exploit this fact and use it against them. Okay, Yops' question. I've been meaning to ask. This is a mage rebellion, right? I thought that was obvious. Well, I'm not really a mage. You use magic. That makes you sort of a mage. I use magic, yes, but I am definitely not a mage. The way we Yordles use magic is totally different, so I'm not sure I really belong here. Yops, what are you talking about? Anyone who's been persecuted by the Mageseekers is part of this fight. We found you in Hesbeth's dungeon. That sounds like reason enough to me. Really? Really. You are one of us as much as me or Lalani or anyone. Yay! Did you hear that? Sad voice in my head. I belong here. Ha! How relatable is that? The sad voice in your head. It's telling you don't belong. I love that so much. What will tomorrow bring? Let's see. Is there any lame dad joke over here that we can check out? Let's see. Do you hear the one about the thieves that stole a calendar? They each got 6 months. God. Okay, I'm going to stop doing those because they're just becoming too cringy. Go to the old throne. Looks like that character is carrying an arrow. Sylas, help me gather the troops. Hey, mages, listen up. Rebels, with every one of you, the revolution grows. Can you feel it? Because of you, we are closer than ever to killing Lord Eldred and defeating the Mageseekers. We are making the impossible real, and now we might have a legend within reach. We have evidence that the Veiled Lady may be real. The old lady in these woods? She's just a myth. Lots of people think Yordle's a myth, but I'm right here. The Mageseekers think she's real. We need to find her before they do. We're sending Sylas to the Sacred Woods to learn more. If the common folk see that the lady is on our side, they'll help us fight. Yay! Are they clapping? Great. Yay! We're so happy. That feather must have come from somewhere. Maybe I can find a myth. All right. So I think we've done all the preparation that we need. Time to head off into the mission. Now, just a second ago, I was talking to Oberon and Yops and talking about our recruits and followers. So we have 2 side missions that we could send people on. One of them looks like it gets us a little bit of money, 40 to 110. I mean, that's like 1 chest, so that doesn't really seem that good to me. This one, however, gets us 2 recruits. Now, 4 recruits, 3 recruits. If we send Oberon, we will get them to be able to upgrade Yops' station, which will boost us immensely. So we're going to send Oberon. Now, I initially, when I ran this mission, I brought Oberon with me because I saw that there were enemies that do the wind and the, what is it? The other type of magic damage, the one that's weak to it. It ended up not being as necessary as I thought. So it turns out that if we utilize a little strategy and send Oberon on this mission, and we bring Lauren and Nia, even though we're not going to use ice and fire all that much, by bringing them along, we will be able to, and this is just a little bit of spoiler, get every single one of our followers up to 5 and upgrade all 3 of our stations at once, which I think is far more beneficial. So not only that, but Lorne gives us our ice combo, and Nia gives us our AoE combo, AoE fire combo, and both of those have increased damage, so I think it's definitely worth. So now you know how it feels, Wisteria, when a prisoner escapes. He defeated me in combat, sir. Please punish me as you see fit. She is so self-loathing, it's just terrible. Don't let this become personal, Wisteria. Your judgment will get clouded. He betrayed everything we learned. I still control my magic, but he has become a monster. You have strength that he does not, and we need it. With the king dead, the kingdom is unstable. Jarvan IV is still a new ruler. This little rebellion puts Demacia at risk. Don't worry, sir. Rain and I will bring you Sylas' head. Is everything all cracked from the Mage Rebellion? I would imagine so. I failed you, mistress. Oh, no, no, no. Sweet child, you never disappoint me. You tapped into his greatest pain. It was a clever trick. Don't fret, Rain. Rogue mages scurry like rats. But we will exterminate them together. I'm sure of it. But what if fate is on their side? What if the Veiled Lady helps them? Then we will wrestle with fate itself. We know what is right for Demacia, don't we? Yes, I will make him hurt. So in the exact same way that Wisteria was totally brainwashed as a child, she is now doing that same thing to poor Rain. Rainy's even adopted the emo hair. All right, Sacred Woods. So we have our ice combo and we have our fire combo. Super important. I find them both so incredibly useful that it's definitely worth bringing along. Enter the Sacred Woods. Find the Veiled Lady. All right, so we have all 3 spells. We have 3 spell spots. The Veiled Lady, I've heard the legends. Some say she's a saintly spirit. Any more? Any more? Others say she's a witch. I would like to read these, but man, you're taking a long time. Wonder if she'll show herself to a killer like me. Let's find out. Come on, I'm trying to read this friggin' lore. Veiled One and fellow mages, I send you this message in hopes of finding answers. My grandmommy spoke of a safe haven for mages hidden deep in the Shuramun jungle. It's where my ancestors hailed from and where one of them was exiled. His name is lost, and so was the name of this land, but his magic still courses through me, as it has for generations in our family. Magic is everywhere, Grandmommy would say, but especially here, her hand resting assuredly over my heart. Her adages were warm and comforting. Until then, the Mageseekers came for her. Until the Mageseekers came for her and the rest of my family. I escaped, but with no other blood relatives allied, I am now on my own. I am seeking my ancestral land, and I need your help. Okay, I don't know what land they're referring to. If you know, please leave a message in the comments telling me what the secret area that they're talking about is. All right, we got ourselves some annoying-ass rats. I think the best way to deal with these, jump in, do the fire AoE, and it'll knock them all out. Whoa. Ow. Okay, you got to be careful not to stand in that stuff. It will jack you up. We can do one of our new spells, actually, which I desperately love. We can also shoot this at them. They do okay. They're not, weak to that magic, but they're not strong to it either. So it's, it's a wash. It does good enough damage. All right. A trail of darkness. Could this be the mark of the Veiled Lady? Okay, so we took a little bit of damage and we used some magic, mostly just to demo it. Curious, could the Veiled Lady be kind of a nature mage? Why don't we hit this and just full up before we go any further? This looks so cool. All right, let's get in here. So we have 2 new spells. We're going to need them. Enter the Sacred Woods. Ooh, a treasure chest to start. We like that. Thank you, thank you. Demacia's Petricite doesn't reach this far. The magic isn't dampened. Magic is as thick as trees in the deep forest. Interesting. Oh, here we go. So here's what I was talking about. We have ourselves some new recruits, and now we'll be able to upgrade all 3 of our stations at the same time. Absolutely up no, sir. But my palms do itch for a sword. Another for my squad. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. The Mageseekers will break and bow before us, and then we'll slit their throats. Ooh, somebody wants violence. Nia's like, yeah, I like that. Why don't we kill some people? All right. Let's read this. It was early summer, yet an unseasonable chill had crept through the air, crisp and sharp on the nose. Something crunched loudly on the grass beneath my boots. Ice? Rigby gave a disapproving grumble. This was too suspicious, too cold for his taste. The frozen grass led us to a small clearing where we spied a massive wolf, its thick, pale fur glittering with frost. The beast snarled, an icy breath, revealing long, bared teeth. A beast from the far north, a rhyme fang, the Ferroidians called it. Back to the mountains with you, I bellowed, waving my weapon over my head. The wolf glowered for a long moment, then slowly retreated into the Demacian woods. Poor creature. What could have driven it so far from its home? Interesting that it didn't just immediately kill them. Perhaps Rhyme Fangs aren't as violent as you think. Speaking of Freyordians, looks like Ilara might be one of them, considering how she's dressed. Who are you that does not fear my mystic powers? Declare yourself. I am Sylas of Dregbourne, Thrasher of Mageseekers, feaster on rats and gruel. I like you. Sylas, the revolutionary. I have heard stories of your exploits. Great deeds I'd wish I'd seen myself. Why not join us? We could take you along on a deed or two. It seems the old gods have brought us together for a reason. I will serve your cause. We have a new follower, and they do mystic damage. I really look forward to trying that combo. It looks awesome. Mystic damage increased. All right, these little guys, you crack them and they fill one of your spell slots. I'm going to save it because it's a chance that I will need it here in a minute. Why don't we do that? Okay, watch out. Don't stand in the AoE. It's just worth it to wait a minute for those to dissipate before you do anything else, because trying to jump in on them when those are still hanging around sucks. We can hit it with that. We can break that, and then we can go back and get the other one if we like. Might as well before we get any further in. Okay. All right. These are actually kind of cool. So let's see. If we steal that, then we get little ice chains. See that? It's pretty cool. Now, if we hit it, our chains do ice damage. Not just ice damage. Okay, these, it's a little bomb. Hit it and you can blow it up. It's another way that we could have killed those guys, but I wanted to talk about the ice chains. Now, these things, they're immune to the same damage type, but if we just hang out, wait, then we can do damage. And the same goes for fire. If you steal them when it's fire chains, then your chains do fire. If you steal them when they're the red, then you got fire chains. And then you wait until they're blue, and then you can attack them. I think you get it. I think you're smart enough. We'll save these for a little bit. We don't need to use them up just yet. Uh-oh. Stupid rats are back. I hate them. Ow. Just pretend. Oh, what? You're not dead yet? Oh, my God. There we go. Fire chains. Now. Die. Die, die, die. Fire chains. There it is. See how much damage it does? But they also drop that little AoE crap on the ground, so be careful. Don't stand in it if you can help it. Might be worth it to drink a potion right now. I think each potion gives you 30, so I like to stay topped off. It just makes me feel a little more comfortable. Other thing that those little guys are weak to is your spells. So if they're in ice mode. Now, I can't remember if we stole... Let's see. I'm going to hit that and just let that blow up on him. There we go. Seemed to do okay damage. I'll shoot this at him. It doesn't do very good damage against him, but it's fun. It's fun. Get in here. Kill this one. Kill this one and head forward. All right. Now, I think we have our first cool little boss here. I want to say that if I shoot this at them... Oh, they changed. They changed. Oh, why rats? Come here, rats. Stand in the AoE. Good, good, good. That sort of worked. There we go. And I fat fingered a potion. Glory to me. There we go. Okay. Is she guiding me to her or away? Not much to see here. I think we get ourselves, a cool new bad guy. So if we steal that, they give us a shield, which is pretty awesome. Don't get caught in that. Now, these are Mystic. So if we use that, that should do pretty good damage on them. Look at that. Just kills them in one hit. They don't really move. And now we have ourselves an extra 20 points in health. Hard to argue with, right? And it'll just subsist. They say she helps the weak and the meek. Well, I'm not weak or meek, but I could use some wisdom. Not to mention backup. These things happen. I really like that Mystic Shield, and that's probably going to be one of my mainstay spells now that I've unlocked it, because having an extra 20 points in health that you can essentially regenerate just seems too good. All right, are we missing anything? No, it doesn't look like it. We got to deal with this guy now. There we go. Why don't you die? Why don't you die? Now, we're going to switch to here. These should turn blue in a second. And we should be able to kill them in one hit with our fire spell. And that's hard to beat. Hard to argue with. Let's take it out. Was there? Nope, it's too late. It's too late. We can only move forward. Okay. Ooh, got ourselves some more lore. My observations are proceeding apace. Again, I counsel that as many of the Demacian warrior castes be spared as possible. Once they have been integrated into our empire, they are hardy, resourceful, outstanding soldiers, and will be a boon for Noxus once we bear them beyond the yoke of their superstitions. Indeed, theirs is a self-inflicted flaw. Hatred of mages has hobbled Demacia from the start, and it has undermined their strength. Guile should be our watchword here. The keenly timed blade rather than the cudgel. The impossible position they have placed themselves in will escalate, and we can aid it from the shadows. Their fear of magic is turning the ground beneath Demacia to sand, and only the gentlest of pressure will be needed to topple the kingdom. Mark these words. Demacia will bring their collapse upon themselves. Their own hatred will deliver them unto Noxus. So, Critical bit of lore here. Noxus is a neighboring kingdom that is hell-bent on conquest. And Noxus is an interesting nation because conquest is their game, but they also value strength over everything else. So they conquer new lands, but then they make sure that they adopt the strongest into their fold. Demacia has some very strong soldiers, but what they are talking about is their biggest flaw is the fact that they fear mages more than anything else, and they want to use that against them. Okay, the Veiled Lady is trying to lure us back to where we came from, away from this delicious chest. Don't miss it. So, if you want a little more backstory into what helped set off the Mage Rebellion, I will link in the bottom the Katarina comic, because it is critical and it deals exactly with what we're talking about. All right, we've got ourselves a new Veiled Lady Shrine, and it's refilled our mana, but we're doing pretty good. We're just going to keep our shield for now. A guardian of the deep forest, the lady must be testing me. Now, this is a very cool battle. Pretty easy mechanics. I don't think you should have too much trouble with it. Now, I believe that this character is Mystic. See, that doesn't do a lot of damage, but is a cool spell nonetheless. If we come over here and we drop this, this should do pretty good damage. Now, we're going to have to grab this, and then we stand behind here to... Stand by here when this thing does its AoE, but at the same time, you've got to watch out, because what they're going to do is they're going to take one of these pillars and they're going to turn it into a projectile shooter, and you don't want to get hit by that. Now, if you try to melee them, it's not going to work, so you have to grab these and then use whatever magic you want. Now, let's see. This, oh, okay, so it's actually... looks like nature magic, because when we used the Mystic, it was really strong. You can also steal these. We love these things because they do a ton of damage on to this cool monster as well. And when it comes back, reappears, shoot that off, and the AoE will just sit there and slowly tick away. See, there is the pillar that has now become a projectile shooter. Do not get hit by that. Let's get that. Get out of the way of that. Hit it with one of those. Nice. Come back here. Ooh. You have to be very careful. Even though it looks like you're not in the AoE, you might get hit by it as well, so just be careful. Going back into its little hole there, and we can jump on these, kill them, steal their spells, take them out. Don't get hit by the AoE. I dodged just a second too late. Don't judge me for it. We haven't even gone through our shield yet, so I would say we're doing pretty good. Should pop up here in a second to shoot the spell at it. There we go. Watch out for these little ghosts. Watch out for the projectiles. Things are getting a little rowdy. That's okay. Let's come over here, hit it with our Mystic spell, get one of these, and we can hit it with our Mystic spell again. And we have almost wiped them out. We're down to, what, 20% health? Something like that. We're doing pretty good. Seal that. There's 3 of these now, and it's going to get wild, so just be careful. Let's try and use our ice combo. That should do a lot of damage. In addition to our fire combo, should be pretty strong. So I jumped in on it and I lost my shield for it because I did not wait for the AoE, the little ground damage to subside. That's my fault. All right, back. Hit it with that. Hit it with that. And then just dodge all the nonsense. Watch out for the little ghosts. Ooh, just missed me. It was one of those. Watch out for the projectiles. Just, I should have dodged. Should have dodged. You know, when I say watch out for the projectiles and then I get hit by the projectiles, I'm just trying to show you what not to do. And, you know, so boom. This thing is almost dead. We'll probably, unless we can get 3 of these really quick. Ooh. Yikes. Shrink a potion before we take any more damage. It's worth it to be topped off. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. We're almost there. Got it. Got it. So, pretty straightforward battle. Everything is pretty easy to avoid. You just have to stay on your toes. The magic here, it feels ancient, older than the stones of Demacia. Let's see how it breaks. See how it breaks? Why do we want to break it? I think there's a shrine of the Veiled Lady, but that's there. We might as well take it. These don't look like Demacian sculptures. Older, maybe? So perhaps there was a pre-Demacian civilization here. We're not really sure, but it is kind of exciting. All right. Travelers, beware. The King's scouts and ranger knights have spotted Freljordian raiding parties north of these woods, unlawfully hunting Demacian fauna, pillaging the land, and snatching unwilling citizens and travelers for unthinkable purposes. These bloodthirsty foreigners are larger than the average Demacian, both in height and breadth, so Freljordians are huge. Instead of a plate and cloth, they wear crudely crafted furs and hides. Their warriors are often heavily scarred and mounted on tusked beasts unfamiliar to our territories. They are armed and extremely dangerous. Do not attempt to reason with them. Flee at first sight. So now we've gotten 2 little bits of lore talking about the areas, basically the regions around Demacia and what Demacia has to deal with. They have Noxus that's trying to undermine them from, I want to say Noxus is to the east. I'll correct myself in post if I'm wrong. And then the Freljordians are obviously to the north because they're all ice. This guy's cool. Steal his spell. This spell does this exact same thing. I'm going to hit him with this mystic thing because that is, ooh, so I found you can jump in on it and then it's going to swipe or drop one of these. It's really hard to get a combo off on this guy if you get close. You have to get out of the way first. There we go. Hit him with that. So that is weak to mystic. Make sure that you have your mystic spell equipped so that you can deal with that monster. Pretty cool fight if you have the right tools. Very frustrating if you don't. It's going to take a long time. Another chest because we did so good. And let's see. We might actually... I just drank a damn potion. Why do I do that? All right. Remember these guys? Steal their spell. Now we have to deal with their nonsense. There we go. We're going to have to... Oh my gosh. Why don't we steal the chains of this one? Wait. Turn blue, please. All I'm asking for. Don't get hit by the blue. There we go. Easy. Steal that. We'll wait. These other guys are easy enough to avoid. There, got that out of there. Not too bad. I could use a spell on these guys. They're very, very weak to it. But I think in this moment, let's steal that and get our shield back up. Super helpful. I think it'd be better, honestly, if I just refilled my spell magic. There we go. Almost max, and we have a shield. We're going to have to deal with more of those, guys that shoot lightning on the ground. We're going to have to deal with more of these freaking nerds, too. Watch out. Ow. Dang it. You know what? Now that our spell is full, why don't we... Ow! Why don't we use this on them? Go ahead, yeah, just stand there and die. Look at that. Got him. Let's go unlock that while we're at it. We'll steal these. Wait. Sometimes it pays to be patient. Hit it with our fire chains. Should kill it right away. Nice. And then we have a couple... nerds shooting projectiles at us, and I don't really feel like dealing with those. We'll wait till you turn blue. Not stand in the AoE. There we go. Does pretty good damage, actually. I actually wonder... Ooh. Let's go fill this up. It would pay to have the wind spell here, and that might be actually the smartest thing to do would be to have the wind spell and stand around it. But I didn't bring it. I used the fire one, and I actually haven't put it to much use. So perhaps the wind one would have been the smartest move. The fire one is helpful, though, for those little orbs when they turn blue. So, it's 6 in one, half a dozen in the other, as one of my friends likes to say. All right, just check the map. Make sure we haven't missed any secrets. So far, this place is pretty linear. We have ourselves... I'm not going to grab that because we have pretty good health. And I want to say that there is a cool battle coming up here that's going to tax me once I finish it. Yep, we got this guy. So remember, we have our AoE spell. Hit it with that. Ooh, yeah, you trying to hit me? So now we could actually just kill that right off the bat. Make our lives easy. Let's steal that. Got it. Got it. Let's get out of the way. We have these. We have to be careful. The electricity is so frustrating. Right. Oof. Tried to dodge before he swiped. Was not able to. All right. And now, before we head into the next area... What? Are we blocked off now? That's cheating. Oh, come on. I could have gone in there full health. Well, you know what? If you're watching this, just grab that. Just grab that first. And now we got to deal with more of these guys. Okay, so first things first. Steal that shield. Oh, God. My goodness. There we go. I'm going to drop this. Oh, I could actually use... Oh. Okay, let's... Oh, we gotta wait. We gotta wait. Let's steal that. Come over here. Drop that on top of them. That should kill them super fast. No, I want to steal this, and I want to drop it on you and get you out of here ASAP. Okay, now we can hit him with this spell. Oh, wrong spell. Wrong spell. Follow what I say, not what I've done. Uh-oh. All right, not my cleanest battle. Yikes. Whew. Okay, so in order to get that chest, we have to go the long way around. And I think the trick is smashing these right here. I'm sure that you can recognize that. Will we have to fight a dude in order to get it? Well, we got ourselves a little lore. Hard to beat. This forest is a marvel. Such potent magic to quell the threats to our world powers, increasingly wielded by those who place their petty ambitions above all. It is rare to see a force that negates power, yet even this is a form of power. Already, I hear whispers of how this can be used against mages, and not just our enemies. This is a child's notion of the peril we face. Great calamities have been caused by those who only borrow power, and they are often the ones who desire it most. What unites them with mages of evil intent is their thirst for more than what they have. For most, that thirst is insatiable. Perhaps this is the power to put an end to the war I could not stop, a war that came to be after the cataclysm I caused. Okay. More excellent lore. I believe that is a note from Rise, one of the most powerful mages, not a Mageseeker, one of the most powerful mages in Runeterra, self-tasked with collecting all of the runes, the great runes that are around the world of Runeterra that caused the Rune Wars. And if you want more on the backstory of that, read the Ruination novel. It's an excellent novel for anyone that loves that stuff, and you will learn exactly how the Rune Wars came to be. You'll at least learn the prehistory of how the Rune Wars came to be. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I am running really low on health, and I got to deal with this guy now. This is going to be a problem. Nope. Retry. Whew. Oh, right before this guy, and we have one potion. That's not bad. Why don't we drop this on this guy to start? Let's see. Is that going to be strong to them? Strong enough. Let's see if we can get this. Look out. Oh, God, that's so irritating. I'm just going to kind of avoid this dude for the moment because he is so dangerous. Okay, so we can't even get our little AoE off without taking a hit, and there's nothing we can do about that. Oh, my God. Okay, now that that guy's gone, we should be in a better spot to deal with these guys if I don't kill myself stepping into the AoE. Jesus. There. Oh, please give me a Shrine of the Veiled Lady. Have I earned it? Probably not. Probably not. That's a tough state to be in. Okay, there is, I think, a silver wing up here, so don't miss it. If you come this way, yes, here we go. And we love to collect these. Still don't know if they give us any tangible benefits. They're adorable nonetheless. And at least so far, it doesn't seem like we're able to go back and replay missions and collect silver wings that we might have missed. So it's worth it to make sure that we get them the first time around. All right, I think we've made it. I think we have finally discovered the Veiled Lady's Cave. We should read this first. Oh, sing ere the shattered silence, as war now breaks land. Watch as the winged protector wields her fury like a brand. For her followers of flame once sought to bind the middle road, when darkness brought swift death to those, as justice bade it owed. The night-kissed daughter sought to quell her sister's burning light, but giving saints and sinners all a chance to make things right. But though for both that power flowed from somewhere deep within, only the veiled one would feel a loss beneath her skin. Light had placed the stones of hate. Darkness trod their course. The twins waged vengeful battle to first search a god with no remorse. And so through death and memory that pair did carry with, along two separate lonely roads, their sorrows into myth. A poem about the conflict between the twin aspects of justice. Morgana, or the Veiled Lady, the person we've been seeking this entire mission and this whole game, and her sister Kale. Epic story. All right. Give me a shrine. I really like that the Veiled Lady has a shrine to herself. Now, I'm going to hang on to one of these projectile spells because we're going to spend a lot of time avoiding Morgana. She is very difficult when we get into melee. And I think the best tactic I've found is to jump in, do some damage, and jump back out. Here she is. Stars above. The Veiled Lady herself, so you do exist. Welcome, Sylas of Dregbourne. I've heard your name spat and praised in turn. Many curse you, and small few look to you for hope, I think. So you know me. Well, what do I call you? Some know me by a name from long ago, Morgana. But we are not here to talk names. You seek a boon, and I cannot give you my blessing without a test. You put your chains to good use, I see. Well, so do I. All right, Morgana has 3 phases. The first one, pretty straightforward. The second one has a mechanic that if you're not ready for, will really screw you. And then the third one is basically all-out chaos. Now, the first one, she's just going to drop this single AoE on the ground, just dash out of the way. She also shoots a single projectile. If that catches you, it will bind you. You have to mash the X button. She will drop an AoE on you while you're trying to mash your way out of it, and it does big damage. Second thing to remember, don't try and steal any magic from her. She will block that. She doesn't like it, and now she has a shield. Super annoying. Now, I've tried all of the magic spells. None seem to do any more damage than the others. So I just brought projectiles, and the reason I brought projectiles is that they all seem to do the same damage. And I'll show you that here. Let's see, we target her. Oh, and we just fucking missed. What do you know? Okay. It does that much damage. God, so annoying. I would say, instead of me trying to demo and messing up, just shoot her with the sap beam. It follows her. And that, is probably better because she does move around a fair bit. Now, I'm kind of just wandering around because I want to talk about this. But here is what the strategy I found that works best. Okay, she's going to do an AoE. Dive in on her, do your little fire combo, and then hook your way out of there really, really quick. If you dilly-dally close to her at all, and here I'll show you, you get close to her at all, she tries to swipe you melee. And then if you don't dash out of the way, it's going to hurt. So this, I don't even think you can get like your ice combo off when you're doing this. So I have found to just like bomb and go. It's guerrilla warfare here. This seems to be the best strategy. See, I waited just a little too long and I got hit. So you just have to be quick. Now, see how she's walking towards me? This is going to activate her second phase. When she starts following you, I say lead her to either the top or the bottom of the screen. She's going to bind you here, put a big AoE on the ground that slows you. Your best trick, hook your way out of it. If you're close to one of these center hooks, and then also the AoE becomes that. And if you don't dash, you're going to get hit. All right. So she's following me again. I'm going to kite her to an area where she's away from the hooks, let her get me, and then I'm going to dash out of the way. Now, we know at least a projectile or an AoE is coming. Now, again, it's the same strategy. Get in and then get out. Oh, she got me with the frickin' hooks. And that was my fault for trying to dive in too fast. Okay, get out. Now she's going to drop the AoE. So the next, I think she alternates between the AoE on the ground and the projectiles. So just keep in mind which one she did last. Those AoEs, even if you're dashing, if you dash a little too soon or a little too late, they're going to get you. Okay, she's chained me. There we go. No, I think she did 2 AoEs in a row. So I have let my spells kind of fill up. Here she goes. I think it's smart to... don't get hit by that. Let's hit her with that. Let's hit her with that. Oh my gosh. Every time. We're already down to 1 potion. Not looking good, frankly. So when she starts following you, I say kite her until the AoE is off the ground. That way it just makes getting away from her a little easier. There we go. This is a tactic that I have found works. Oh my gosh. Is dive in on her. Dive in on her, do your little fire AoE, and then get out. There we go. Dive in on her, do your little AoE, and then get out. There we go. Somehow I didn't get hit by that projectile. I don't know how that happened, but it did, and I'm glad for it. Okay, she's walking towards me. See, she gets anywhere near you, you're slowed. Just be careful. Okay, I'm going to shut up now and just do some damage to her. All right, third phase, this is where all hell breaks loose. If you save 3 potions right here, you're going to be in a good spot. I'm struggling a little bit. Basically, there's just AoE everywhere, and the best thing I can tell you is to just stay mobile. The more you move, the better you're going to be able to avoid all of this crap on the ground. Okay, now she's walking towards me again. I'm going to kite her around until all this stuff disappears. It makes your life a lot easier. Takes a while. I don't want to get caught in this nonsense trying to dash away from her. Okay, so now we're in a good spot. I'm going to AoE and I'm going to spike out. There we go. Same thing. Get in there, do some damage, and then get away. Okay, she's going to do it again. I'm going to shut up now and just try and beat her, and we'll see if we can get there. I have died a bunch to her, and I have beat her a couple times, and, you know, all I can say is that just... Oh, gosh, she got me. She got me. She got me. God, we're so freaking low. Just barely. Oh my gosh, by the skin of my teeth. I told you, that last bit is rough. It's really hard to avoid all those AoE. Your magic, it hurts. Pain and love are fearful twins. And your pain shows me who you are, Sylas. Some may look up to you, but you've cast the challenge of leadership aside. I lead in battle. That's what I'm best suited for. So you say, but is it true? Let us talk. What is this place? My refuge, a place to dream of better futures. Demacia dreams of freedom. It needs a teacher. I'm no teacher. I don't have time for that. My mission is more important. You can help me kill Eldred Crownguard. Does revenge still drive you after all these years? When the rivers of blood run dry, what then? Will you be satisfied? I can't imagine they'll ever run dry. I'll be fighting Eldred and people like him until the end. Freedom will come, but these chains will soak in blood until the day I die. What are you willing to sacrifice for freedom? Would you renounce vengeance for your cause? No. Vengeance is the cause. Then I cannot give you my blessing. What? We have the chance to finally free Demacia, and will you not help? I long to help you. I possess a weapon that the Mageseekers fear, a secret. In the right hands, this truth could shatter Demacia and rebuild it anew. But those who thirst for vengeance are not strong enough to wield it. No, vengeance is what makes me strong. After prison, it's all I have and all I need. You have lost your way, Sylas. In time, perhaps you will find it again. Wow. Pretty powerful dialogue there. There's so much to say. All right, look at this. Lilani Station upgrade. Absolutely epic. And also, Ruko Station upgrade. This unlocks new spells and new upgrades for us. Pretty great. Sylas, did you find the Veiled Lady? What did she say? I found her. She said that she will not bless our rebellion. What? Why? She says revenge is making me weak. Really? That was the reason? That's ridiculous. You're one of the strongest mages I've ever seen. I think they're talking about different kinds of strength. I love that he always goes, what the fuck? She also claims she has a secret we can use against the Mageseekers. Some kind of weapon? She should have let you use it. If we want her help, we just have to prove her wrong. Once we've killed Eldred, she won't be able to argue with our strength. Yeah! Thank you, everyone. The Veiled Lady will change her mind when she sees what we can do. Wait, Sylas, she really thinks you're weak? I told her my strength comes from vengeance. She took issue with that. Everyone comes here with some rage that makes them fight. Who is she to judge mine? I'm here because of all those years in my cell. I can't follow a goddess who won't respect that. Then I think what Morgana wants from us isn't might in battle. So what does she want? Does she want us to lose? No, it's clear that she wants you to, let go of the concept of vengeance in exchange for freedom. You cannot free Demacia and seek vengeance for what's happened to you personally. You can't free everyone, all the mages in Demacia, if you're motivated, if you're self-motivated by your own interests, which is revenge for what happened to you. One is selfishly driven and one is selfless. That's the point she's trying to get you to understand, and you're failing to get it. At least that's my analysis in this moment. If she's the protector of the broken, do we need to be broken before she'll give us her blessing? No, you need to think about everyone and not just yourself. I don't know. We can kill Eldred without Morgana. That was our plan in the first place anyways. I should talk to Kara about that feather I gave her. If we can harness some of Morgana's magic, then maybe yesterday wasn't for naught. All right. So, I can't believe that we've made it here. We actually passed Morgana's test, but then in a way failed Morgana's test, and it remains to be seen how that will affect the story going forward. So there is a lot to say. We got to chat with these two ladies over here, and then Ruko, and then Yops. All of these stations got upgraded, so we have a lot to look at in terms of that. But this is the perfect place to end the video, my friends. Thank you so much for watching up until this point. It means the world to me. If you could like, if you would subscribe, if you could leave a comment telling me what you think. There's so much lore that we discovered. They introduced Noxus, they introduced the Freljord, and we got a wonderful poem about Kayle and Morgana and their, battle over what justice means. Super interesting stuff that I could probably go on for an hour. Things I'm still understanding more and more deeply the more that I learn about the lore of Runeterra. But with all that said, just know how much I appreciate you. And I will bid you farewell, and I will hopefully, certainly, I look forward to seeing you next time.